Millions of children and teens and adults all over the world are being bullied. But what is bullying exactly? Bullying is where someone intentionally harms someone else, whether it's physically, verbally, or mentally. Now, I have never bullied anyone and will never bully anyone. But when I was younger, about yay tall, I used to get picked on because of my size and my weight. Most people get picked on for things that they cannot control, such as weight, diseases, or race. Although some people believe that bullying is not a very big issue, every day hundreds or even thousands are being bullied, and this is why we should make people aware of this issue because we can prevent it from happening. This is why in my speech I will be talking about the major problems that happen when someone is being bullied and what some steps are that we can help prevent them. The first step I'm going to talk about, or the first major problem I'm going to talk about, is called the bystander effect. The bystander effect this is where a group of people who witness something happen and they do nothing to do, This is where a group of people who witness something happen but do not do anything because they think that someone else will. Step in, or according to nobullying.com, and I quote, the bystander sadly usually refrains from reporting or stopping bullying because of the fear of being targeted next by the bully or called the tattletale because friends or colleagues at school or online. One statistic highlights that it all in the United Kingdom, 39% of bullied youths have never told anybody, and the 30% of all students surveyed said they have witnessed bullying of others but told no one. End quote. If you look up on the board, this is a really interesting fact. 85% of bullying takes place in front of others, but nobody does anything about it. Usually, pretty high percentage. So, the next thing is talking. Another problem is that bullying can make people feel helpless and not want to talk to anybody about it. They may want to handle it on their own to feel in control again. They also may fear that being seen as weak or a tattletale, or the backlash of the bully. Not only does bullying make people scared or feel helpless, and it can also be a humiliating experience. Not everyone wants people to know what is being said about them. Whether it is true or false, they may be afraid of being judged or may feel socially isolated, which means they feel as if no one cares or could understand. Lastly, they may fear they're being rejected by the people that they can trust the most. The fear of how they will be treated or looked at after telling someone they trust can restrain or stop them from telling anybody. The last thing I'm going to talk about is suicide. According to nobullying.com, and I quote, bullying behavior or being a bully or a bullying victim is widely known suicide stressor, meaning that being bullied causes enough stress leading to hopelessness, which raises the risk of suicide. In the United States, suicide takes the lives of nearly 40,000 Americans every year, and for young people 15 to 24 years old, suicide is the second leading cause of death. 15% of those in the U.S. who are clinically depressed die by suicide. For every completed suicide attempt ending in death, there are an estimated of 8 to 25 attempted suicide. The most tragic fact, 1 in 65,000 children ages 10 to 14 die by suicide each year, and the strongest risk factor for suicide is depression. If you look at the number that I just cited, 40,000 kids, that's almost 4 times the size of this university. That's pretty scary. Now I'm going to talk about some of the solutions. There's some of the facts. One solution, or the first thing we can do is if you see bullying online, stand up for the bullied victim and do not assume someone else will. The sooner it stops, and the more people who stand up for the victim can save their lives. Do not be a bystander. Look for simple indicators such as, or the second solution is look for simple indicators such as depression or sudden changes in behavior. If when you see this, be there for that certain person. Make them talk about it and assume that, or and assure them that everything is going to be okay, and it is alright to talk about it. Inform someone of high authority, such as a parent, principal, or law enforcement, depending on the severity of the issue. The last solution, we need to enforce the law or make punishments more severe. By doing this, we can make bullying rates and suicide rates go down dramatically because of fear factor. Make people think twice before they say or do anything that is intentionally hurting someone else. So many bullying incidents go unheard of. In Pickerton, Ohio, a young girl's body was found at her home after she hung herself. Before she committed suicide, she wrote a note blaming 4 other classmates who bullied her for several years. No one changed, or no charges were filed, and people who caused someone to end their life were not punished. Another very famous, or more famous situation is Amanda Todd. She had a very similar experience, but she committed suicide after years of bullying and actually changed schools 4 times. In conclusion, if we do these easy steps, we can prevent bullying from happening. You can help someone or save a life, even if it's someone you do not know. Help stop bullying.